Good afternoon, everybody. I decided to check out the color coding system with the grading, and I thought it would be really helpful for those of you. I know someone mentioned it in our meeting the other day, and I was super excited about it. So I just figured it out and figured I would give you guys my little overview. So just going into my Blackboard gradebook. This is pretty simple to do. I can't believe I didn't do this or think about doing this before. So whoever suggested it, thank you so much. So if you go into your full grade center in whatever class you're looking at, and you go over here to manage, you'll be able to see the drop down menu that says grading color codes. Okay, so I'm going to do it in this class for the first time. The first thing you want to do is check this little box that says enable grading color codes. And then you have a couple of different options. The one where it says grading status is really more for the instructor. So for example, you can highlight things that are in progress, assignments that are in progress, assignments that need grading, or assignments that are exempt. And let's say I want to highlight all the in progress grading sessions. I can just choose a color and maybe I would make that, let's say, orange. It'll give you a little color preview and then you can apply it. Okay, I'm going to cancel it because I don't want to use any of the grading statuses, but you could certainly, if you want to highlight for yourself anything that needed grading or anything that is currently not yet graded, you can select whatever color that might be. Maybe it's red, so it stands out for you, and then it will actually do that for you in the gradebook. So what I'm going to show you, one that I think is probably most helpful for me, is to put in the grade range color coding. So you'd add a criteria, and for example, you would choose any grade less than, let's say, 70%. Okay, I'm going to make the background color of that yellow so that it really draws my students' attention and also my attention to any grades that are below 70. Okay, and then that's just the preview. If you want to get crazy and look at all different, colors, and I'm not very artistic, but some of you might be. This real bright yellow looks good to me. I'm going to apply it. Okay, so that means that any grade that shows up is going and is below a 70 is going to show up highlighted in yellow. Okay, you can also add. So let's say I want to add the criteria that any grade is more than or equal to 95. I'm going to make that, superstar blue. I don't know. Okay, and apply that. Okay, and now what that will do is both the student and myself will be able to see that highlight, so it will draw their attention to it. And I'm going to submit this. And then when I go into you'll notice that obviously none of my students have done any work. They've just signed in. If I go to, just choose a student here, any student at all, I'm going to take Jalissa. And I'm going to give her, in her week 1 discussion, I'm going to give her a grade of a 50. Okay. As soon as I enter that, I also have a weighted average for her so she can see her average throughout the semester, but it's going to highlight that she has a below 70 in this particular assignment and also her overall weighted average, so that when I kind of do this at a glance, I'll be able to say, oh, I need to talk to Jalissa because her grades are below average. Now, let's say, for example, I take Anissa and I give her a 98. Obviously, I'm going to have to delete these. It's going to highlight it in blue and say, the student is doing really exceptional for whatever reason. And I guess there's no right or wrong way to use these. You can color code them any way that you want. But just to, kind of draw attention to those things that you want to draw attention to, it's really simple to do that. So again, it's manage, grading color codes. You just enable them by clicking on the top, and then you can kind of go crazy with this. And I can at any time go back and change the colors. So for example, if I don't want any grades above 95 to be blue anymore. I want to just delete that criteria, which means that if I put in a 95, it will no longer appear blue. If I want to say, now I'm changing everything less than a 70 now to red because it's, the end of the semester and I want to draw more attention to that, I can do that as well. And all I would do is need to submit those changes. So I hope this is super helpful for you. I'm really excited about it, as you can see. And I hope you, if you have any cool things that you've done with this, maybe you can share them with me as well.